Richard, thank you so much for your time today. How is it to be back in Frankfurt? Is it still exhilarating as it was the first time?
Oh yeah, I mean, one of the things I like about Frankfurt is that it basically is the sort of parallel universe. So day one of Frankfurt this year is simply day 6 of Frankfurt from last year.
Yeah.
So I am on day, I think, maybe about 120 of my life in the world of Frankfurt.
Oh my word. And you still love it now as much as you...
Now. Yeah.
That's a testament to Frankfurt, I suppose. Yeah. And as far as the industry is concerned, I mean, what do you see are the major challenges that the industry is going to face in the next 5 to 6 months?
I mean, the main thing, I think, and this is, I think, not just 5-6 months, it's 5 to 6 years also, is to take all the systems and habits and processes that have been developed over centuries around picking things to publish, making bets, discussing it amongst your peer group, discussing it within the culture, putting your finger up to the wind and seeing which way it's blowing. All the things that we do that we're very comfortable doing in terms of picking content, and apply that to the process of making bets around the technology that we are using to disseminate that content. So our processes for sort of evaluating startups, for evaluating tech products, tend to be very tentative and tend to be focused on risk minimization rather than saying, right, let me make 20 bets, just like I do with publishing 20 books, and 1 or 2 of these will work out spectacularly well. I should worry less about how do I minimize the chance that I might make a mistake on one and focus more on trying to make productive mistakes.
And you're heavily involved in sort of tech startups. I mean, when do you think a startup stops being a startup? I mean, what's success?
Okay, so one of the great definitions of a startup is a startup is an entity that is formed to go searching for a business model.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you basically say that a startup is no longer a startup when it has found a business model and continues with it. Now, you could then argue that any company that has found a business model has to continue iterating against that business model because other people will, once they see you have that business model, will copy it. So then you have to put yourself into a kind of a permanent startup frame of mind. And probably the thing that has made Amazon as powerful as it has been is that it is a company that iterates on its business model. And so the first layer of success is when you found a business model, you're no longer the first phase of a startup. But then you then have to make yourself into a perma-startup.
Not an easy thing. And very quickly to finish, an exclusive from you, what is the best kept secret about the Frankfurt Book Fair?
People talk about the publishing industry a lot, and one of the things I realized over the last number of years is that there is no such thing as the publishing industry.
Okay.
The publishing industry is simply a whole bunch of different industries, health, medicine, engineering, storytelling, that all at one point in their product offering or in their value chain printed and bound something. The only other thing they all have in common is they go to the Frankfurt Book Fair. So the best kept secret about the Frankfurt Book Fair is it defines what is publishing. If you come to the Frankfurt Book Fair, you're in the publishing industry.